Hello, I am Jane Gerald Carr, and this video is a warm invitation to join me for an intermediate level shamanic journey class that I'm offering this summer live via Zoom. This class is called Life Navigation with a Shamanic Journey, and it will help you strengthen your journey skills so that you have a truly trustworthy foundation from which to navigate in your life. At this moment, some of us are fortunate enough to be stepping out of quarantine and into a world that is opening up. And at the same time, we have been pulled into this essential reckoning with injustice and the fragility of democracy. Many of us who seek to live our lives according to shamanic principles want to make new choices and be part of new visions, new movements, and new paradigms. Working with the shamanic journey is an incredibly powerful way of creating new things in our lives. When we collaborate with our helping spirits, we get this tremendous support to make decisions and take actions that actually come from our values and our love, rather than from these habitual patterns we may have fallen into because of past experiences. I want to say something else here about working with our helping spirits. It's not our helping spirits' job to tell us what we value or stand for. It's our human work to notice what moves and breaks our hearts, and to notice what we long for, what we will sacrifice for. The deeper we go in this, the more help we can get from the spirit world. When we're clear about our values, spirit can show us ways forward that give the most beautiful manifest form to those values. So for example, if you value learning, you ask spirit about the ways forward that will serve your soul's learning. If you value justice, you can ask about the plan of action that will best serve the blossoming of a more just world that you envision. These are powerful ways of meeting our helping spirits. We don't actually just get to ask, what do I do? Because we're adults, we're full of creative power and free choice. I recognize that the process of coming to work with spirit in this way is not an overnight process. And learning to journey in this way with this foundation in our own values does take time. It takes support. So because of that, I created this class to provide a bunch of support. We meet weekly over 7 weeks, and we'll start at the very beginning to investigate this question of what are my core values now? Having learned what I learned over the past 15 months, having had my heart broken in the ways that it was by this experience, what do I know about what matters to me? From there, we'll build. So each week, I will briefly offer some teaching points toward your more intermediate to advanced journey practice. These are the kinds of things that you can't take in and fully absorb when you have that introductory workshop. Each class, you'll also journey for yourself. You'll journey for a partner if you choose to, and your partner will journey for you. You'll have a chance to journey in this group container, which is nearly always significantly easier. I'm capping each section of the class at 12 to 15 students, so you have a chance to get your questions answered, to show up, and we'll really create that space together. If you are not yet ready for an intermediate class because you need an introductory class, that is no problem. Please contact me because you can take a self-paced introductory workshop, and then as part of the cost of that, we'll meet together so that we can get on the same page and get all of your questions answered. The journeys that we take in this intermediate class will build, and so as the class progresses, you're learning more and more from spirit about how to live your deepest values in your life. How to live them in your relationships, your volunteer work, your work for social change, your self-care practices, your creative expression, all the areas of your life that matter. You'll finish these 7 weeks with some key guidance that is directly tailored for you from spirit. You will likely have met some new helping spirits, and you'll have a concrete skill set that will serve you in your life anytime going forward that you're making decisions about how to use your life energy, how to do what you came here to do. For those of you who find you want one-on-one support, I'll be prioritizing participants on my consultation schedule so that we can troubleshoot together, and also on my shamanic healing schedule in case you find that ancestral issues or soul loss are coming up as part of this process here. A few logistics about the class. As I mentioned, it'll be taught in sections. There'll definitely be a Saturday section at 10 a.m. Pacific, and then we'll add sections from there depending on enrollment. If you've not had the introduction, once again, please do just let me know. There's plenty of time for that. The recordings will be available for you to keep, and I'll have a suggested practice for you in between class sections to help you build these core skills that go into a successful journey practice. And it's not a reading or video-based class. If you'd like recommendations, I always have plenty of them, but this is an experiential class. That's all, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and please let me know what questions you have about this class. It'd be absolutely wonderful to have you in our circle doing this important work together.